Ghosts don't do Mondays. You'd think being dead would mean having all the time in the world. That's what I thought too, until I got assigned to the haunting department's weekend shift. 6 days a week, I get to float around freely, catch up on my ethereal reading, and practice walking through walls without getting that weird tingling sensation. But Mondays? Mondays are my designated haunting day. There's actually a reason why most ghosts don't do Mondays. It's common knowledge in the spirit world that Mondays are the worst possible day for haunting. Humans are already in such a foul mood that they either completely miss our best spooky efforts, or worse, they're actually comforted by our presence. At least I'm not dead, they think. And suddenly their terrible Monday doesn't seem so bad. That's why the haunting department traditionally avoided Mondays altogether. For centuries, it was an unwritten rule. Leave Mondays to the living. They have enough to deal with. But then some genius in upper management decided we needed structure and purpose. And worse, they read some consulting firms' report about untapped haunting opportunities in the Monday demographic. I know what you're thinking. Ghosts choosing their schedules? Welcome to the bureaucracy of the afterlife. Being dead isn't what it used to be. These days, everything needs to be optimized, even haunting. The consultants claim that Monday hauntings could facilitate paradigm shifts in living dead interactions and maximize spiritual awareness through strategic temporal targeting. So here I am, another Monday morning, floating through the halls of 42 Maple Street, studying my assignment sheet. The target? Jennifer Morrison, age 35, workaholic tax accountant who hasn't taken a vacation in 3 years. My mission? According to the paperwork, facilitate life-affirming epiphany through controlled supernatural encounter. I hate Mondays. The funny thing about being a ghost is that we can't just jump out and yell "boo" anymore. No. These days, we need to follow the progressive haunting protocol. It's a whole thing. First, you start with subtle signs, maybe a cold spot here, a whispered sigh there. Then you build up to the bigger stuff. Management calls it organic terror escalation. I materialize in Jennifer's home office, where she's already hunched over her computer, spreadsheets reflecting off her glasses. It's 7 a.m. Who does taxes at 7 a.m. on a Monday? This woman needs my help more than I thought. First step, environmental manipulation. I lower the temperature by a few degrees, a classic move but effective. Jennifer just reaches for her coffee mug, takes a sip, and continues typing. Great. A coffee addict. Those are always harder to spook. I float closer and try the old, mysteriously shut down the computer trick. The screen flickers and goes dark. Jennifer stares at it for a moment, mutters something about needing a new surge protector, and simply pulls out her laptop. By noon, I've tried everything in the basic haunting playbook. I've made her papers flutter, her pens roll off the desk, and her chair swivel slightly. I even played that one Sarah McLachlan song that always makes people cry, though technically that's against regulation. Jennifer has ignored it all, powering through her work like some kind of tax-preparing machine. This calls for desperate measures. I hate doing the visual manifestation thing. It's exhausting. And quite frankly, I never got the hang of controlling my ectoplasmic glow. Half the time I end up looking more disco ball than disturbing spirit. But it's time to pull out all the stops. I position myself in front of her desk and concentrate hard on becoming visible. There's that familiar tingle as my form solidifies, and I put on my best otherworldly expression, the one I practiced for weeks in the bathroom mirror back at the department. Jennifer looks up, blinks twice, and says, "If you're from the IRS, I already filed an extension for the Henderson account." "I'm not from the IRS," I say, trying to maintain my spooky composure. "I am a spirit from beyond, here to—" "Oh, thank goodness," she interrupts, reaching for her phone. "Then you must be the IT support I requested. The whole system's been acting up all morning." I float there, mouth agape, my carefully cultivated aura of mystery completely shattered. "I'm a ghost," I finally sputter. "Look, floating, transparent, scary." I wave my arms around for emphasis, accidentally knocking over her world's best accountant mug. At least it passes right through me. Jennifer finally sets down her phone and really looks at me. A ghost on a Monday? That's highly irregular. Shouldn't you be doing this on Halloween or at least a Friday night? That's what I said. I throw my hands up in exasperation, accidentally floating up through the ceiling before correcting myself and drifting back down. But no, management says we need to optimize haunting distribution across all temporal periods. For the first time all day, Jennifer laughs. It's a rusty sound, like she hasn't used it in a while. Sounds like your management and mine would get along great. Always with the optimizing and the distributing. I settle into a cross-legged floating position above her guest chair. Tell me about it. Did you know we have to file manifestation reports in triplicate now? And don't even get me started on the new ectoplasm recycling initiative. Please, Jennifer snorts. Last week they made us attend a 4-hour seminar on efficient stapler usage. Before I know it, we're trading stories about bureaucratic absurdities, and I'm learning more about tax code than any ghost should ever know. Jennifer's actually pretty funny when she's not trying to drown herself in work. So, she says eventually, aren't you supposed to be, scaring me, teaching me some valuable life lesson about working too hard? I shrug, my transparency flickering slightly with the movement. Honestly, I think we both learned something here. You discovered that there's more to life, or afterlife, than work, and I learned that sometimes the best hauntings don't follow the manual. Jennifer glances at her computer, then back at me. You know what? I think I'm going to take the rest of the day off. Maybe grab lunch at that new place downtown. Want to come along? I mean, you can't eat, but I'd love to, I say, but I should probably file my haunting report. Though ... I pull out my ethereal paperwork and squint at it. Technically, I did achieve the life-affirming epiphany objective, just not quite how management expected. Let me guess, they're not big on creative interpretations? About as much as the IRS. We both laugh at that, and I realize this might be my best Monday haunting yet. As I prepare to fade away, Jennifer calls out, "Hey, if you ever get tired of the ghost gig, we're always hiring in accounting. The hours are horrible, but at least you get weekends off." I wink at her as I dissolve. I'll keep that in mind. But for now, I've got to go fill out these forms. Apparently, they've started requiring ghost signatures in invisible ink. Talk about redundant. As I float away from 42 Maple Street, I can't help but smile. Maybe Mondays aren't so bad after all, though I'm definitely going to have to get creative with this report. I wonder if collaborative professional development exchange would sound better than spent 3 hours swapping office horror stories with the hauntee. Either way, I've got a feeling Jennifer's going to be just fine. And who knows? Maybe next Monday I'll stop by again. Off the clock, of course. After all, misery loves company, and nobody understands the soul-crushing weight of paperwork quite like a ghost and an accountant. The end. If you enjoyed this spooky tale, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more creepy, funny, and thrilling stories. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update, because who knows what haunted tale awaits next. Thank you for watching, and sleep well.